Welcome back to my channel, guys, and to another video. In today's video, we are going to be debunking some accounting myths. If you are into this video or want to know what are some of the accounting myths, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe if you have yet to subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So the very first myth I want to debunk is that you need to be a CPA or have your CPA in order to be an accountant. That is not true, okay? And I myself, once upon a time, was made to believe by my university that I needed to have a CPA. You do not need to have a CPA in order for you to be a successful accountant. Is a CPA helpful? Yes. Is it beneficial? It depends on the market that you are working for, okay? So if you are somebody who wants to stay in public accounting, for example, or work for a Big Four firm and promote into like managerial, director, all of that, then a CPA is usually required. However, if you are going into the corporate setting, or even if you are going to work in internal audit, for example, you do not need to have a CPA for you to promote to manager, director level or above. It is highly recommended that you get some sort of certification, but you don't need the CPA, y'all. So don't fret about it. Don't get anxious. Don't lose sleep over it. If you want to get the CPA, go ahead and get it. And if you don't. The next one that I would like to debunk is that accountants are boring. No, we are not boring people, okay? Don't let The Office fool you. I forgot the character who was the accountant on The Office. I'll put his picture if I can find it, but accountants aren't boring. Everyone is their own person, right? They have lives. Like, people have lives. Am I boring? Comment down below. I want to know. But everyone is different. Everybody has lives. Everyone has different passion projects that they do. So just because you are in a particular profession or that is your area of expertise, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're boring. And hand in hand with that, the accounting profession is not boring. So that's going to be number 3. Accountants aren't boring. The accounting profession in itself is not boring. Accounting is such a broad topic because accounting is the language of business. Accounting is how business are understood. Through accounting, that is how business knows if they are making profit or if they are not making profit. Through accounting, we are able to narrate a story essentially to investors, to the government, to different entities about how a company is doing. So accounting, once again, is the language of business. It is not boring. There's so many different things that you can do in accounting. You can do public accounting, and within public accounting there's so many sectors and areas, service lines you can go into. You can do tax, you can do audit, you can do advisory and consulting, you can do internal audit, you can do risk management, you can do compliance work. The list goes on and on. And then you have like into corporate accounting, you could do non-for-profit, you could do manufacturing, oil and gas accounting. There's just so many different things. Healthcare, right? So accounting in itself is very broad and it is far from boring. If you are an accountant and you love to travel, you will get opportunities to travel. It's just about who you know, what you know, and where you plug yourself into. You guys know I always said I wanted to go into a career that's not only going to give me flexibility, but allow me to explore the world. Through accounting, I have been able to do that in several different ways. You guys see, I share with you guys some of the trips that I take, and in the past I've shared some of my work trips, and even as well as my personal trips. It's through perks that I've gotten through the accounting world with like hotel points and airline mileage, that I'm able to use those perks for my personal life as well, so that my husband and I can be able to explore the world. So accounting is far from boring. It is not boring. It's just about your preferences. What do you like? Some people like to be in the office, while some people like to be on client site. Some people like to work from home, while some people prefer going into the office, right? Some people like coffee, some people like tea. Starbucks, Dunkin', tomato, you know? Accounting is far from boring, okay? The next myth that I want to debunk is that automation is going to fully replace accountants. No. Automation will never fully replace accounting or accountants, because the same way that there's human error, there is also error in technology. I do think automation, and I'm seeing it now in the accounting profession, automation is definitely there, present, and it's just going to evolve. Is it going to require less manpower? Yes. However, there's so many different things that, even though someone doesn't necessarily need to create the financials by hand, you know, or just because somebody doesn't necessarily need to reconcile by hand, you have different automation softwares and accounting software to help you with that. You still need to do a triple check, because it doesn't always catch everything. You need people who are going to be looking at controls, looking at compliance, testing different areas, and doing different functionalities of accounting to make sure that the business is running properly. So automation is not by any way, shape, or form, at least anytime soon, taking away accountants' jobs. That is not going to happen. You do not need to be a math whiz or a math nerd, math genius in order for you to go into accounting. Again, there's software to help you. You don't need to be math savvy to be a good accountant or to go into accounting. With accounting, you're not doing the formulas. You're not doing all those business calculus, all those things. No, you are going to be in Excel most of the time, or some form of Excel. You need to have general math knowledge. You need to know how to do your basic addition, subtraction, division, etc. But you're not going to be doing all of those crazy calculus formulas, all of those crazy algebra, geometry formulas. No, accountants don't do that. Okay. So you do not need to be a math whiz or a math nerd. If you love math, great. That gives you a leg up when it comes to doing some more complex research or some more complex problem solving within the accounting space. But even in your accounting problems, if you are in college, they're not that hard. Like they're really not that difficult in terms of mathematic functionalities. It's more critical thinking, problem solving. How would you handle a certain situation? How would you test this control risk? Or when looking at the financial statements, what is standing out to you? So it's very critical. So you need to be good with critical thinking, data analysis, and to a certain extent, communication, because depending on what you're doing, what your role is, you're going to be either talking to clients, presenting to clients, or even talking to your team, or also presenting to the board, you know, so board of director, the governance, all of that. You are going to do some level of public speaking. But math, you're good. You are good. And the last myth that we are going to debunk on this video is that all accountants do taxes. If I get one more person to ask me about taxes, I think my head's gonna explode, right? If only I had $1 for every time someone asks me that question. My fellow accountants, let me know if you're with me, okay? Not all accountants know how to do taxes, and even those who go into the tax field don't know how to do their own taxes. We all use TurboTax for the most part, and by we, I mean me, okay? So just because you're an accountant, that doesn't mean you're necessarily know taxes, or that you have to do taxes for other people. You take the classes in college so that you can have a general understanding, just like with medical school, you have to first do your biologies, your chemistries, your physics, all of that. And then when you go into your actual medical school, you're doing rotations in different areas like emergency medicine, pediatrics, all that different stuff, right? And even with engineering. Hey, babe, what kind of engineering did you have to know, even though you're a mechanical engineer?
What kind of engineering I had to know for what?
Like, what other similarity classes did you take with other engineers that aren't mechanical?
I mean, if you're talking about the fundamentals for all engineers are the same.
Okay, so
pretty much the same from like Calc 1 to I believe 3. And then Physics 1 and 2. What else? Yeah, those are the fundamental classes you need to pass.
Okay. So like my husband just said, there are fundamental courses that all engineers, no matter which way they're going to end up branching out to, have to take, such as the physics, the calculuses, so all of that, right? So similar to accounting, we all had to take a tax class at a point in time, but do we all do taxes? No. Do we all want to do your taxes? No, okay? So not all accountants do taxes. So I hope this video helped debunk some myths or maybe some worries you had. If you're considering going to the accounting profession, if you're looking to switch into accounting, make a career switch, or if you just want to learn more about the accounting world, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've gotten this far, give this video a big thumbs up. Comment below what are some other myths or things that you have heard that people have in terms of misconceptions of the accounting profession. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.